Today we will start with the Spring framework. Every framework, whichever we may use, provides a number of facilities to the end user. These are known as the supporting structures of the framework, like validation, logging, and security support. Now these are all features are also incorporated in the Spring framework, but today in this video series, this is the very first video of this video series, we will talk about the most important feature which is provided by the Spring framework, and that is the inversion of control. This framework was designed by Rod Johnson in year 2003. So what do you mean by inversion of control? This is also known as the dependency injection. In our business application, there are lot of the objects which are working together to achieve the common goal. Means the objects are dependent on each other. Here in our case, we take a very small example that we are having a class SIM card. Now this class SIM card, if wants to provide the services to our mobile phone, then it should acquire some service provider. Here our class SIM card is having the object of the Airtel, which this object is created within the constructor of the class SIM card. Now whenever the object of the SIM card is created, it also creates the object of the Airtel. Now this type of coupling between the object, or this type of dependency between the object, is known as the tight couple. Tight couple means if in the future this SIM card want to get the services of some other service provider like Vodafone or Tata Docomo or Reliance, it is not possible, because this object of the Airtel is tightly bound within the object of the SIM card. But in the today's business application, we need the loosely coupled object. Loosely coupled object in of the Vodafone or the service of the Airtel. So this type of model is not desired in the nowadays applications. Now here whenever the object of SIM card is created, it will be having the object of the Airtel within it. Now if we want to see what do you mean by the tightly coupled components, we can see this with the help of the small program. Here in the Eclipse, I will demonstrate you what do you mean by the tightly coupled object. For this, I am creating one Java project, and the name of the Java project will be project 1. Project 1. In this, we are going to demonstrate what do you mean by the tightly coupled object. Now here the project 1 has been created. In this project 1, in the src folder, I will create one class, and the name of the class will be Airtel. New class, and the name of the class will be Airtel. This is a class. Now in this class Airtel, I will define only one function, and the name of the function will be get services. Public void get services. Now the function will be used to activate the services of the Airtel, whoever is using the Airtel services. For time now, this is only printing on the output that the Airtel services has been activated on your phone. What is going wrong? Yes, here we will simple print in the output system.out.println, and the Airtel services has been activated, and I put semicolon here. So this class is having only one method. Now in the same class, I design one new class known as SIM card. Now this class SIM card is providing the services of Airtel, so it should acquire the object of the Airtel first to provide the services. Now here is the constructor of our class SIM card. Now this class SIM card is creating the object of Airtel. New Airtel. Now in this class I create one main method, and in this main method the object of SIM card has been created. Like here we have created the object of class SIM card. SIM card is equal to new SIM card and the empty constructor. Now this object of SIM card had acquired the object of Airtel, and this object of Airtel will call its method get services. Okay, now when we run this program, what will get in the output? We will get in the output that the Airtel services has been activated. Now what is the demerit of this type of our object dependencies? The demerit is that the SIM card is now dependent on this Airtel. If this SIM card want to provide the services for Vodafone or some other service provider, it is not possible without altering the code, or this is not possible without altering your SIM card. But we want here nowadays, the application need is that the any type of services of the service provider can be injected into this SIM card. Matlab this SIM card should be capable of getting the services of either Vodafone or Reliance or Tata Docomo or Airtel. Means it should not be tightly coupled with this object of Airtel. Now here we need this type of architecture. In this type of architecture we are having the object of SIM card. Here it is SIM card. Now it is having the reference for the service provider. Here we are not creating the object of the service provider here in the class SIM card, but the service provider object will be injected into the SIM card. Like we can take an example. We are having a SIM card. Now the service provider is injected into this SIM card at the creation time. Now if this SIM card wants the services of any of the service provider, those services can be injected into this SIM card. It means the service provider and the SIM card are now loosely coupled. They are not tightly coupled. Now we will see this with the help of a small program. So in this Eclipse we will create one new Java project, and we will name this project as project 2. Now in this project, in the ASASI folder, we will first create the classes for the service providers. Like we have created one class Airtel, and also we will create one interface of service provider. This is the interface of service provider. Now this interface service provider has only one method, and the name of the method will be public void service method or get service method. Get service. So we have designed one interface. The name of the interface is service provider. I will rename this interface as service provider. Now the name of the interface is service provider. Now this Airtel class will implement this interface, that is a service provider interface. Service provider. Now what do you mean by that? We mean by that that the Airtel is a service provider, because in Java language or any object oriented programming language, the superclasses and the subclasses or the interfaces is having a relationship of is a. So therefore Airtel is a service provider. So now we will here create or overrides the only method which is there in the service provider interface, and that method is get services. Now in this service method we will display the message that the Airtel services has been activated in your phone. This is a very simple class. Now in the same we will create one more class. Then the name of the class is Reliance, and in this class will implement the interface, that is the service provider interface. Now here is the class Reliance implementing the service provider interface. Now this class is providing the services for Reliance, so this class will output that the Reliance services has been activated on your phone. Now we will create one more class, and the name of the class is Vodafone. Now this class will also implement the interface, that is the service provider interface. Now this class will also having one only print statement that the Vodafone services has been activated on your phone. Vodafone services has been activated on your phone. So we are having three service providers like Airtel. What is Airtel? Airtel is a service provider. We are having Reliance. Reliance is a service provider. Now what is Vodafone? Vodafone is a service provider. So all of these, Airtel, Reliance and Vodafone, are service providers. Now we will create one class, and the name of the class is SIM card. Now in this class SIM card we will have the reference, that is private service provider. Now this is having the reference of the service provider. Okay, now just the case was here that the Reliance, that this class is having the reference of the service provider. Where it is, yeah, this class is having the reference of the service provider. Now any of the service provider can be injected into this class SIM card. Okay, now here we are creating one constructor for the class service provider, which will take the reference of a service provider as a parameter. Now this class SIM card is taking the reference of the service provider as a parameter. Now here this dot service provider is equal to this service provider. Okay, now we will design one main method, and in this main method we will create one object of class SIM card. Now here is the object of this SIM card is equal to new SIM card. Now in the constructor we can inject any of the object of the service provider. For example, here I inject new Airtel. Now this our class SIM card is a loosely coupled class. Loosely coupled in the sense because it is not having any object created within this class with the help of new keyword. It is only holding the reference of the services which can be injected into this class. You can look into this class. We have not created any of the object, as was in the case in the previous class of the SIM card. In that class, in the constructor of the SIM class, we have created the object of class Airtel with the help of new operator. But in this class we have not used any of the object or not created any of the object with the help of the new operator. Now when we create this SIM card, here we are injecting the object of this Airtel into this class SIM card. Now when I call the method get services, now in this class we create one more method, public, and the service method. Now in this service method, with the help of the service provider, I call the method get service method. Now here SIM card is calling the method that is the service method, public here void service. Okay, this should be capital SIM card. Now fine. Now what we have done here, this class SIM card is having a reference of the service provider in its constructor of the SIM card. It is getting the reference of a service provider as a parameter. It means any of the service provider can be injected into this card, SIM card. Whatever the object has been injected into this class SIM card, the reference of that service provider is pass on to the property of class SIM card, and this SIM card is having only one method, that is the service method, to activate the services. In this method, the service provider interface, it's calling its only method get services, because the service provider is having only one method, that is get services method. Now in the main method we are creating the object of this class SIM card, and in this class SIM card we are injecting the object of Airtel, and then this class SIM card is calling its service method. Now when we run this program, we will get in the output that the Airtel services has been activated in your phone. Now if we want to inject some other service provider into this class, it is also possible. Now here we are injecting the object of class Vodafone here. Now when we run this program, we will get the Vodafone services has been activated in your phone. Or if we are injecting the Reliance object in this class, then we will get the message that the Reliance service has been activated on your phone. Reliance service has been activated on your phone. So this class SIM card and this service provider is now loosely coupled class. Okay. Now here what we have done. Now the SIM in the class SIM card, the reference of this service provider or the object of the service provider is injected here. It was not having the object of class service provider, but the required object has been injected. Now here non-IOC versus IOC. What was going on in the earlier days? Earlier days, if object A is having the reference of this object, two objects, object B and object C, then while creating the object A, this object A also first creates the object B and also creates the object C. But now in the modern applications, as the model which is provided by the Spring framework, if object A requires the object B and object C to provide its services or to get some services done or to get some services performed, then these two objects are injected into the object A. Now this is known as inversion control approach, because the process is inverse. Now the object A is not creating object B and object C, but it is inverse process now. The object B and object C are injected into the object A. Now this is also known as a very important concept, that is known as dependency injection. So this non-inversion control is also known as the dependency injection. Now as we have designed in our class here, now what we are doing here, we are injecting the dependencies. Now what are the dependencies? The dependency of the SIM card is this service provider. Now this SIM card class is not having any of the dependencies, it is having only the reference of the dependencies. Now here we are injecting the dependency into this class SIM card, because we have not created any of the dependency in class SIM card with the help of new card. We are with the help of new operator, we are injecting the dependencies into the class SIM card. Now how the Spring framework provide these services? Now Spring framework provides the services means provide the dependency injection or performs the dependency injection. Spring framework this performs the dependency injection in the form of two ways. Now first, with the help of the constructor. Now here dependency are injected with the help of the constructor. Now the dependencies can also be injected by the help of the setter method. Now how this can be done? Here we will perform or we will Now implement the same feature will be with the help of second approach, that is dependency injection with the help of setter method. Previously we have performed it with the help of the constructor, so we can perform dependency injection in two ways. First way is with the help of the constructor, and the second way is with the help of the setter methods. Now here in this class, what we will do, we will first generate the getter and setter methods for this class service provider, for this property service provider. Now here we are having two methods. First is the get service provider and second is the set service provider. Okay. Now this SIM card will use the default constructor. So this class SIM card is having only one property, that is the service provider, and two getter and setters for this service provider property, and one service method. Now we will inject the dependency of the SIM card. And what is the dependency of the SIM card? The dependency of the SIM card is this service provider. Now we will inject the dependency with the help of this method. Now here in the main method we will create first the instance of class SIM card, then we will call the method set service provider. Now in this service provider method we will inject the dependency of the Airtel. Now with the help of SIM card we will call the method, that is the service method. Now this is the dependency injection with the help of the setter method. Now the Airtel services has been activated. Now we can inject any type of dependency within the class SIM card. Now we have injected the dependency of Reliance. Now the Reliance services has been activated. But the Spring framework uses this dependency injection with the help of the reflections. Now we will see how this is done with the help of reflections. Now for that we will remove all these lines. Now we will perform the dependency injection with the help of reflections. Now here we will be having the reference of the SIM card here in the class SIM card. We will have the reference of the service provider. Service provider is equal to, now this is the variable of the service provider, that is the service provider. Now we will use the reflection classes, that is class dot for name. This is the method which is used to load the classes. Now here we want to load the class Airtel into our this class SIM card. Now the definition of class Airtel will be loaded, and with the help of this definition we are calling the method, that is the new instance. Now the new instance method will return the instance of class object which is there in the lang package. So we have to typecast this object. Now we will typecast this object into this service provider, but this method throws some of the exceptions which are the unchecked exception. So we have to declare those declaration, like throws instantiation exception and the throws illegal access, throws class not found exception. Now here we will get the object of the service provider. Now see what the Spring framework do. Spring framework passes as a parameter the class name, the name of the class whose dependency are required by the class SIM card. Then it calls the new instance method to create the object of class Airtel. To perform this operation, it is an necessity that all of the model classes should have one default constructor or the zero parameter constructor, such that because, or why this is necessary, because the reflection should be able to create the object of the class with the help of this new instance method. Now what service provider will do? Now the service provider class will call its method get service method. Now here when we run this program, because we have passed this object of class Airtel here, we will get Airtel services has been activated. Now if we pass the name of the class Reliance here, now this is the same architecture which is used by the Spring framework. We get Reliance services has been activated. Now what happened? A new service provider has been introduced in the market, like Docomo. This is the new service provider, like Tata is a new service provider, has been introduced in the market. Now this is a necessity that any of the service provider which has been introduced should implement the service provider interface. Now here again, what we are going to do, we will simply print the line that Tata services has been activated. So this is the latest service provider which comes into the market after this class SIM card. Now if this class SIM card wants to use the services of this new service provider which has been introduced, now it has to only pass the name of the class as a parameter here. Now here Tata services has been activated in your phone. So this was the small demonstration of the dependency injection or the inversion of control which is provided in the Spring framework. Now in the subsequent tutorial we will see how this is provided with the help of the XML configuration, because we will provide these services or we will perform this dependency injection by using the container which is provided by the Spring framework, and by using the XML configuration which is a standard which is to be followed in the Spring framework. Now in this tutorial we haven't used any of the classes of the Spring framework. We have simple demonstrated this functionality of the dependency injection with the help of some core Java languages. Okay, in the next tutorial we will perform this dependency injection by using the APIs of the Spring framework. Okay, bye for now. See you in the next tutorial.